Anthony Rendon was a really good player for several years. He was hyped up to be, considering he was a first round draft pick and at one point looked at as the best prospect in baseball. His rookie season in 2013 was alright, but 2014 was much better, with him winning a Silver Slugger award and finishing 5th in the MVP voting. 2015 was not a good year. Rendon missed a lot of games because of injuries and just didn't produce because of it, but by 2016 he was back to being good. But it's from 2017 and on where Rendon's career really took off and went to that next level. He hit over 300 every year, and it just went higher from 2017 through 2019. He had power. He led the National League in doubles in 2018 and 2019. He played good defense at third base. By 2019, he was incredible, and you could have made the case that he was the best third baseman in the game. Perfect time to become a free agent, with the Angels deciding to dish up a massive contract for Rendon, one of the best players. Unfortunately, this contract has been an absolute dread, an absolute nightmare, and things have gotten to a point where Anthony Rendon isn't just bad for the Angels as a team, but he is bad for baseball. So welcome back to the channel, or welcome if it's your first time. Over 78% of my watch time is from people who aren't subscribed. So if you enjoy the video, hit that button along with the bell for post notifications. I'd really appreciate it, which is not what Angels fans are feeling toward Anthony Rendon. Rendon picked the perfect time to have his best season. In 2019, he was genuinely insane. It couldn't have gone any better. Just a run-producing machine at the plate, and a big reason as to why the Washington Nationals won the World Series. Not only did he have a great regular season, but he helped carry the Nats to the title in October, hitting .328. He hit 7 doubles, 3 home runs, walked 11 times, drove in 15 runs, just stupid stuff. So at the time, he actually kind of did deserve the 7-year, $245 million contract that he got from the Angels. This same exact contract Stephen Strasburg got to stay with the Nationals. That then sparked a little debate over who the Nationals should have kept between the two, but now we realize either way they would have been screwed. Stephen Strasburg has since retired because of how injured and unable to pitch he's become, and Anthony Rendon,
this is the worst!
Anthony Rendon's Angels career began pretty quietly, but nothing bad. He had a really good 2020 season, but considering 2020 was the way that it was and the Angels didn't make the playoffs, it was just kind of like whatever. From 2021 and on, Rendon has become public enemy #1 for Angels fans. To start, he just hasn't been able to play. He had 3 different injuries in 2021, only playing 58 games and wasn't good in those games. In 2022, he played just 47 games after getting wrist surgery, which knocked him out for most of the season. And in 2023, last year, it took barely any time for Rendon to get attention for something bad. This time being because he grabbed an A's fan by the shirt who was heckling him, and then tried to slap him after a game in Oakland, with Rendon getting suspended 4 games and fined. And yeah, that was the most memorable thing about Rendon's 2023 season. He played even less games, 43, and was horrible. The Angels as a team and franchise are not in the best spot right now. After failing to get to the playoffs for the last 9 seasons, 6 of which had Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout together on the roster, Ohtani left for the real LA, and the team is expected to suck. The Angels were bad even with Ohtani. They just haven't been able to build a good team around him and Trout, so things look even worse now, and they still have Rendon to worry about. Rendon just recently went on a show for an interview, the Jack Vita show, and said just about the most ridiculous thing he could ever say. But this stuff started a while back. Anthony Rendon has always given off that vibe that he just doesn't care, and you can take it 2 ways. You can look at it like he's just a chill dude who doesn't get nervous and is focused, and he kind of does seem that way, but then you can also look at it like he genuinely doesn't care, because it seems that way too. All the way back in 2014, Rendon just barely missed out on making the All-Star team, with the other Anthony Rizzo, getting more votes on the final ballot. When asked about it, Rendon said, "I have a bed at home waiting for me to sleep in. It's a good 4-day vacation. We have a long season ahead." And okay, he's got a point. It is a long season and doesn't hurt to have a couple days off. But with more context added with the other things Rendon has said, it's just pretty clear that he doesn't like baseball. Like, he really doesn't care that much. Because in the same interview and being asked about missing out on the All-Star game, Rendon was also asked if he watched it. And how did he respond? "I don't watch baseball. It's too long and boring," with him also saying that he and his family have a rule that they don't talk about baseball when he's visiting. Like, wow, way to promote the game and show you love it. He probably would have been better off saying nothing and avoiding the question, but whatever. So Rendon calls baseball long and boring. His Angels contract has been the exact same thing, and just recently, Rendon said something even dumber. When asked on the Jack Vita show if there was one thing he could change about Major League Baseball, this is what Rendon said. Watch.
We gotta shorten the season, man. It's too many dang games. 162 games in 185, 3 days, whatever it is. Man, no. We gotta shorten this bad boy up. Let's go.
For any player to complain about the length of a season is not the best look, considering that's just what baseball is. It's meant to be played almost every day and be a total marathon, and it also means more money for the players like Rendon. Rendon is out here making millions stacked on millions of dollars and acting like he plays too many games. And that is the most ironic part about all this. If there is one freaking player to not complain about the schedule length, it's Anthony Rendon. There's too many games? For who? Not you. You've averaged 50 games over the last 3 full seasons. You're the last person who should be complaining about the season being long. Dude is out here making millions of dollars, has mostly made that money by sitting on his ass the last few years, yet still finds something to complain about. What a terrible look. This isn't good for the fans, neither is it good for your own team or teammates to hear this stuff. Speaking of teammates, we have at least one speaking out on Rendon after these comments were made. Jonathan Papelbon, who was teammates with Rendon for a few years with the Nationals, tweeted out recently that Rendon hates baseball. Now, yes, you kind of have to consider the source here. Papelbon likes to trash talk people. He attacked and choked Bryce Harper in the dugout during a game, and has recently called out Alex Verdugo and another former teammate of his, JD Drew. Papelbon is a pretty straightforward guy who just lets it rip, but still, he could have also defended Rendon. He did not. But yeah, what a horrible attitude. What makes anyone want to be around Anthony Rendon? Baseball's long and boring to him, and he says the season is too long despite already playing short seasons himself, all while collecting $35 million checks from the Angels every year for doing nothing. This is the last person the Angels or baseball as a sport needs playing for them. Someone who legit hates it. Just ridiculous stuff. I'm really sorry, Angels fans. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon.